Well, Jack, I hope we didn't lose you. This is closing out here at Mount Shasta, as you can see. Anyway, unfortunately, we did not have anything of consequence happen. It was quite a full moon last night, so the full moon actually kind of blocked out a lot of the stars. But I had a campfire, sat around for quite a few hours just watching the skies around Shasta here. Nothing of any special interest. No Bigfoot activity, although I heard some, I think, drunk campers trying to sound like Bigfoot, which is kind of interesting. People always say, "Oh, you must have heard somebody who was when I've heard some real Bigfoot sounds, people say, "Oh, you must have heard somebody who, was doing it." Well, I know the difference between a human making a sound and a Bigfoot, and these are humans, young kids. And as far as the vortex, I'm not sure where that is, but looks like it's an interesting place that I'll have to check out next time around, whether I'll come back down again here and do some more stuff on the way back home or not from my trip, I'm not sure. But next, Central Oregon and some serious stuff, Jack, so stick around for the next episode. Thank you very much. I'm out of here. Greetings, Jack. This is Professor Oz, live from the Cascade Mountains in Oregon. Behind me, I want to step back. There's beautiful Mount Hood, okay? A lot better looking than me, right, Jack? Anyway, I've been invited here by the author of this really cool book, Oregon Bigfoot Highway, Joe Bielhart. They actually said this expedition's in my honor, Jack. Isn't that whoopin' cool? That's right, it is. Anyway, this is an area here where people have been screamed at, had stuff thrown at them, rushed a couple times by Bigfoot, so a lot of stuff's happening right here. Now, whether I'm going to give you part of it, I don't know. I'm kind of here more as a learner. I really want to learn from these people because every time I go out with people I've never been out with before, I learn something. I brought just one of my little girls with me this time, Callie. She's here, and we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. It's about 3:30 right now on a Thursday afternoon, September 15th. So it's a Thursday. I guess if I was in school, as of tomorrow, I'll be writing out report cards, Jack. But guess what? It's somebody else's problem now. Anyway. So this is just beautiful, isn't it? This is just absolutely beautiful here. Miles and miles and miles and miles and miles of nothing. This is the furthest out I've ever been. I thought I was really out in the middle of nowhere a few years ago at Bowlin Lake, California, Oregon actually. I was about 35 miles from anything. I think we're even further here. Anyway, it's pretty intense and pretty awesome here. I hope we have some stuff happen. I'm not sure, but what the coolest thing is, Jack, is I was able to call my wife from a few feet away and had some service and told her I was okay. Talk about cool, right? Anyway, I hope you stick with me for this episode. We're going to call this episode the Oregon Bigfoot Highway in honor of my buddy Joe Bielhart, okay? So hopefully I can get some of these people to come on camera. Sometimes I don't. If I'm not in the mood, I don't, but sometimes I may have people on. I haven't yet. Oh, yes, I am. We'll see what happens. So stick around for my next segment. All I got to say is, study and be to class on time, Jack. Okay, Jack, it's Friday, September 16th. Quiet night at our campsite here in the Western Cascades. Beautiful night, a whole bunch of friends showed up. We're getting ready to go some really cool places today, which I'm going to shoot on location. One of this is this rock site where this guy actually saw Bigfoots digging into these big rock taluses to actually pull out rodents years and years ago. It's called the Thomas Sighting area, and we're going to go up there, and I talked about that. Anyway, it's really cool. It's really warm up here. We're expecting rain in a couple of days. I hope it doesn't happen. Otherwise, we may have to leave because of these altitudes. It could be deadly. But anyway, we're having a great time up here. Had a great breakfast. Weather already feels like it's in the 70s. If you look behind me here, this is a really interesting. I'm going to kind of step aside the camera and talk. But if you look here, this rock area, going up on the other side is where this really cool site is. We're going to talk about later. And a few years ago, my friend Joe was here saying that some guys had the boop scared out of him when a Bigfoot just screamed up there, just about pooped in his pants. So we're in a real close, tight area with all sorts of stuff. There's a springs over there named after this prospector who lived with the guys from the U.S. Geological Service. Said he was living with apes or gorillas, and it's a really cool little spring area. We're going to go there too. Sometimes the names escape me when I get in front of the camera, but I'll tell them all too when we get there. We're going to do a night walk tonight. That should be cool because sometimes that's when the Bigfoots connect. So anyway, stay in school, do your homework, don't talk back to your teacher, Jack, and I'll talk to you later. Hey Jack, this is Professor Oz here. I'm in a really cool place here. Once again, I'm in the mountains of Oregon, the Cascades. I'm at a very famous spot called the Glenn Thomas Rock Site. What's interesting about this rock talus site is a prospector named Glenn Thomas many years ago was up here prospecting for gold, I believe, and he came across 3 Sasquatch up above me here, okay, up above me up here, and what he observed from a distance was them lifting these huge rocks up and reaching in and getting rodents and eating them. There was a big male, a female, and a child. The male was doing all the heavy liftings. I can't take you up there with this camera and show it to you because it's too dangerous, but there are big holes in these rocks here where actually these things got in to get all these animals, and it's very famous. It's in a lot of books. It's called the Glenn Thomas sighting area. Like I said, once again, we're up here in the Cascades. It's a beautiful evening here, about 6:30, getting close to squatching time and dinner time. Jack. So anyway, take a look. I'm going to step aside from the camera. You can see it's just really a rough, rocky area there. You can see some of the rocks have been stacked over the years. I'm not sure if those are by the Sasquatch or not. I'm going to actually go out myself in a minute and check it out. But anyway, nothing happened last night. I think I told you that earlier. We got some whole bunch of reinforcement tonight, some famous authors hanging out, Bigfoot authors, so we may have hopefully a really cool time. So anyway, I'm checking out Jack. I want to have a cool beverage, have one on me. I'll check in later. So all I gotta say is adios. Okay, Jack, we're looking down into the hole that a Bigfoot took all these rocks out of to be able to get to these rodents. Now I'm going to flash up here. Russ, is that Mount Hood? That's Mount Jefferson there, right? Hey, you're looking straight ahead at Mount Jefferson. It's just a beautiful evening. I'm going to do a panorama shoot since we're up here at the rock talus. Give you kind of an idea of what it looks like here. Pretty amazing, pretty awesome. You can see a lot of rocks have been lifted up over the years. I'm sure probably a lot of people have come up and lifted these rocks up, but it's pretty darn amazing. So anyway, the Glenn Thomas, they call it the Glenn Thomas site, where we saw 3 Sasquatch, a male, a female, and a child. And the male was doing all the heavy lifting, once again down the pit. So over and out, this is Professor Oz. Adios. Hey Jack, I'm really at the base of Mount Shasta right now. If you looked, I'm stepping off the side. Look at this beautiful view you get of the whole area. We're up here looking around. This is where a lot of people come to do mystical prayers, not sacrifice, of course, but and we're at the base mountain. In a minute, I'm going to pivot this around. You can see a little bit of what Shasta looks like, but it's pretty cool up here as far as the weather's concerned. The place has a real interesting feel. From this point, Mount Shasta doesn't look that impressive, but as you get down further, it looks even more exciting. And we're here just to kind of check things out. We might come here tonight because it looks like people come up here and do mystical types of prayers and prayer wheels and things like that. There's all sorts of things built into the ground here, like prayer wheels and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to pivot around here and let you see what it looks like the other way. Okay, Jack, here I am again. So you can see we're looking at where Shasta is right up there. We haven't had anything happen yet on our campsite. We're really close to a lot of different things. And my dog's crying right now. I don't know what her whooping problem is. But anyway, Jack, it's pretty cool up here. We're just kind of looking around, soaking it all in. Mount Shasta really is a magical place with lots of cool stuff going on. And hopefully you can see these, this look like scattered rock patterns here, but it looks like various things have been going on up here, and that's what we're kind of here to look at and check out. So anyway, Jack, we'll talk to you later. I'm hoping we have a good report for you tomorrow, but if not, it's been a beautiful experience. I'm up here right now with my friend Tom Powell, who you see in the distance. He's a Bigfoot author, written 3 books, and I was lucky enough to get to know him at the last camp out. Got to spend the night at his place, and we've been up here last night and then tonight, and I'm on my way home. So as far as Bigfoot stuff happening, anything exciting, well, it's again, a bit more times than not, nothing happens, and that's the way it's been so far, but I still got one more night here, and either way, it's been a great experience. It's been a great road trip, lots of neat stuff, different people. So anyway, I'll talk to you later, Jack. Keep it real. Don't forget, class is in session. Jack, check it out. We're at Mount Shasta. Look at this beautiful sunset. Isn't it gorgeous? I want to move this a little bit so you can see it. Look at that, just a beautiful sunset. This is supposedly the exciting time around Mount Shasta when things start to happen to people. I'm just going to let you see that. You can see a guy behind me, guy on this meditating. It's just a beautiful, beautiful scenario. I'm going to slowly move this around so you can see just how beautiful everything is. Just absolutely incredible. We thought there might be a whole bunch of people up here doing stuff, but very, very few people up here. Just absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If you turn this way, you're going to see there's Mount Shasta in all its glory also. Hard to beat a scene like that. That's why I come to these places. No, I don't see a Bigfoot. I see other things. So all I got to say, Jack, is this is just the kind of stuff that we go out to when we go looking for Bigfoot. We don't always find a Bigfoot, but we find lots of other things. So just maybe we're going to see a flying saucer come over here tonight. A Bigfoot might join our camp. Doubt if we'll see a vortex, but you know what? Boop happens when you're up here, and it's just absolutely incredible. So I'm going to let you look at this one more time. Let you see how pretty it is. My friend Tom Powell's starting a fire here, so keep us warm. But anyway, it's just absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. And this is the kind of stuff you literally drive hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles for. So you can see this kind of stuff. It's just absolutely incredible. So I'm going to pan around one more time so you can see Professor Oz in all his glory and the things that he likes to do and see. Just absolutely beautiful. So with that, I'm going to shut this off, and I'm just going to enjoy the whole darn thing myself. Well, Jack, another one in the can here, if you know what I mean. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, what a great trip to the Cascades with all my buddies, new friends I've met at Beachfoot. Getting a chance to not only go up to Mount Shasta and spend some time there, but also get some time on the way back and get to meet a new friend, compadre, Tom Powell. It was absolutely awesome. Jack would change it for a thing in the world. Sometimes, once again, I wish I had more things happen, but the whole point is, Jack, it's the trip. It's the trip, Jack. You just gotta go out and you gotta make things happen. And in the meantime, you meet people and you find places to go. So my little words of wisdom for all my students, ex-students, and future students is sometimes you gotta go out and blaze your own trail. Just meeting people, exchanging ideas, information is just amazing how much you learn. In fact, so many places I've been over the last 5 years now are just by sitting and listening to people talk, asking questions, not being too nosy. That's the key thing, is ask questions, but don't be too noisy. And more than anything else, Jack, don't be afraid to go out and try something. You know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Sounds like an old cliche, but it's really, really true. Sometimes you just have to take a chance, and sometimes things happen, sometimes they don't. But either way, it's an adventure, right, Jack? That's the whole bottom line of life, is you want to have fun, you want an adventure. So anyway, until I see you next time, do what you're supposed to do. Don't jerk off in class to your teacher, and get A's. So I'll see you later. This is Professor Oz. Check it out.